nitschke. This is my 1973 C30 that runs on firewood. This is just one of my legacies. I'll tell you more about the 73 at the end of the video, but first, I took first place, or actually I took second place at regionals for Skills USA doing construction through Cascadia. And then I went to state during spring break, which was hosted at Tacoma, upstate, almost near Seattle. And I took first place there. So I'm going to nationals in exactly 15 days because I have to leave on the 20th for 5 days to compete there in construction carpentry. So I'll be framing a house, something. I don't know. It's a mystery. That's what kind of the game is. If you don't know what Skills USA is, there's a technical test and then some more other things, physical tests, where you have to build something, at least for our part. But Skills USA is national for everything they do. But so that's one of the things I'm doing. Two other things that are going to be part of my legacy from now and into the future is at Cascadia. I am part of the construction technology class. In second year, we get to build a house from scratch. And here's a photo in the beginning. Here's a photo somewhere in the middle. And then here's a photo at the end. We have done the house frame up. So we've done everything, it's a 25 student class. We've done everything so far. And I don't want to say I'm number one in the class, but I'm pretty high up. So Lance and Bill, the teachers, Cascadia is a thing where the most recognizable student from the class gets the honor student award. So I got the honor student award which is distinguished grad for construction technology. The two things that are most honorably mentioned for my legacy at Discovery High School would be me and Taylor bringing our dirt bikes to school for our very first passion project in 9th grade, which here are some photos for. And then also, my probably biggest mention for mine would be my senior project, which has taken 2 years, which is the good old 73. This is my 1973 C30. It's a Chevy. And this is probably my biggest legacy because it's something that I've got over 3,000 hours in over the last 3 years. I started out just rebuilding a motor for a different truck, which it was the same body style. It was the same running gear truck. So not really the wheels, but the axles and the transfer case came out of that truck, which I started doing 3 years ago. I rebuilt the transmission motor at that time. And then I did a rattle can paint, which actually, if you look really close, it's up there in that very top corner. But it's just my old 73. There'll be some photos of it. But so I've done everything from this ground up. All the painting, the floor. I rebuilt the motor trainee, and then flatbed. Everything you see, I did. I upholstered the seat, all the electrical, which still isn't done. Don't complain, I've got too many hours in this thing. I hand painted the gauge clusters, and then I signed it. But I know all of you are curious about my firewood system. This is the firewood system, which I guarantee you all are confused about and how the hell it works, which that's what everyone says in the very beginning. But there'll be a website at the very end to explain it more if you go in depth, because it was our senior project. So there's a big explanation on it. So in here is the firewood barrel. Those are the firewood chunks. They're about anywhere from 1.5 to 2x2 chunks. And so how it works is, if you've ever seen a chimney, so like a wood stove, or it's just blowing white smoke when it first starts up, or because it's choked down too much, that's creosote. And that is still flammable if you can heat it up hot enough to where it changes properties to methane, CO2, and some other things. But then the biggest problem is then it's flammable, but it has a whole bunch of impurities in it because it's a fire, it's smoke. But so this is a cyclone filter to take out any big particles. These are radiators, which run around all the way into this 55-gallon barrel. So this is to cool the smoke, because when it comes out of the pot, it's about 2,500 to 3,000 degrees, and you have to get that down to ambient temperature, so it loses almost all of its water. But that's a big problem, is it produces a lot of water currently there's no water in it, but it does produce a lot of water. And this is a hay filter to try and filter out any last charcoals, ashes, anything that may have made it through this whole system. And then it gets piped directly to the motor. Because it's a flammable gas, it's not in flame state currently. When it's in here, it is in a gas form. So it'd be like if you had a chimney and it was smoking from like a wood stove or anything, and that can be piped into the motor, and it's flammable, so it will run the motor. Okay, those are my legacies. I guarantee you there'll be more. Here are all the links over on this side of the video. Here are all my links to the website for the C30 and then some other stuff. I hope you have a wonderful day.